What up guys, G Fragrance here, and boys, can we give a congratulations to the New York Knicks from busting the Spurs behind, boys. We are killing it here in New York City. So to celebrate, your boy is gonna provide you guys with some beast, sexy summer fragrance to elevate your game, alright? These fragrances I'm obsessed with, and I'm gonna share with you guys so you guys can rock these bad boys to smell amazing. So for the first fragrance here, we're gonna go for the house of Afnan, boys, and we have here is Rare Reef. And this right here is an absolute savage of a fragrance, boys. Now this is gonna be a nice, fresh citrus fragrance that hits freaking hard, man. When I put my nose on this bad boy right here, man, it was literally like, wow, this thing really smells good. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you ever tried Dolce & Gabbana Forever, that grapefruit kind of a vibe, that fresh, sexy grapefruit vibe. Now, this is pretty much very similar, not to say it smells like it, but in that ballpark. But this time, this is orange and grapefruit put together, and it smells phenomenal. It's fresh, it's masculine, absolutely juicy, and addictive. Now, this is supposed to be a clone to Pacific Chill from the house of Louis Vuitton. I never really tried that fragrance, but this fragrance overall is extremely phenomenal. So if you guys are looking for something for the summertime to smell that good, then boys, you gotta check this bad boy out. So let's jump into the note breakdown so you actually know how good this fragrance really smells like. Now here we have orange, blackcurrant, grapefruit, and some mint. Now that opening is straight up fire, boys. The orange and the grapefruit hits freaking hard in the open, and it smells amazing, especially that orange scent is just to die for. So when we get into the heart, we got the basil, the rose, and the violet. Now me personally, I really don't get too much of that rose, but the basil gives it nice, fresh kind of a vibe that smells extremely phenomenal. Now when we get into the base, we got the amberwood, dates, and fig. I'm telling you boys, this fragrance right here is a banger. And if you guys are looking for a nice, fresh beast fragrance to get those compliments rolling, you love that delicious orange vibe with that grapefruit combo, I'm telling you boys, this fragrance is absolutely phenomenal. Fresh, fruity, masculine, and absolutely sexy. So make sure you check this beast out, and that is Rare Reef. So moving on to the next fragrance on this list, we're gonna go into the house of Lattafa, and we have here is Oplet Dubai. And this fragrance is also a nice savage, but unlike the other one, the one I just mentioned previously, Rare Reef, this one is a fruity, juicy bomb. Period. All right, this is pretty much a God of Fire DNA done right. All right, like if you guys are looking for some clones for just God of Fire, because it's about $200-$300, boys, this freaking does a beautiful job at that in that department, guys. It is a fruity, juicy bomb that hits freaking hard, boys. I am not joking, and the performance is even top notch. You're gonna get noticed, those compliments gonna be rolling, and you're gonna be smelling like a nice, juicy beast of a man. Now, for the note breakdown to this fragrance, we have here some mango. And I'm telling you boys, when you smell that mango, boys, when you smell that mango, you're gonna be like, man, G Fragrance know how to deliver freaking bangers, all right? We got the ginger, the lemon, and the grapefruit that makes the fragrance smell absolutely amazing in the opening, that is absolutely addictive, all right? When we get into the heart, we got the cedar, jasmine, and violet. A little bit of a creamy, floral vibe to elevate the fragrance even more. And when we get into the base, boys, we got the benzoin, the ambergris, the oak moss, the woody notes to give this fragrance a bit of a performance to make it last and have you smell amazing, boys. So listen, if you're looking for a clone to God of Fire, you're looking for a fragrance that perform, you want a juicy beast of a fragrance, then boys, Oplet Dubai is a savage in that department. So check this beast out if you want to smell amazing. So moving over to the next fragrance here, guys, we're gonna go here with Missoni Wave EDT. All right, now this is a fresh beast fragrance that I feel like every man should pretty much have in a collection. Now, like I mentioned in one of my videos, right, it sometimes sucks to be a fragrance influencer when you're trying to provide nothing but bangers to help you guys smell amazing. But the problem with that is, it's hard for me to wear fragrances over and over and over again because I'm constantly testing different fragrances and trying different fragrances on that sometimes I miss wearing fragrances that I currently do enjoy. For example, this fragrance right here is just a beast. Easy to wear, easy to pull off, fresh, clean, absolutely addictive. But guess what? Cannot wear it every single time because I'm constantly trying different fragrances. But overall, this fragrance is a beast. If you're looking for a budget fragrance that just performs, gets you compliments, easy to wear, easy to pull off, is fresh and clean and masculine, and it's addictive, then this fragrance is just a straight up savage for affordable of the price, about 30 or 40 bucks just to smell amazing. So let's jump into the note breakdown so you guys can know that G Fragrance is not playing and he wants you to smell amazing. Now, going to the top note, we got some mandarin orange and some marine notes. All right, this is gonna give you a nice fresh citrus opening that smells amazing. So if you love that citrus vibe with a fresh type of a combination, you're going to love the opening of this fragrance hands down. Now, when we get into the heart, we got the sage, the lavender, and the rosemary. All right, this is gonna elevate the fragrance even more. It's gonna have you smell amazing. It's gonna get those compliments rolling, and boys, people gonna be like, boy, what are you wearing? For 40 bucks, you're wearing Missoni Wave, and you're smelling amazing. Now, going into the base, we got the vanilla, we got the vetiver, oak moss, and patchouli. And the patchouli here in the dry down, just absolutely amazing. All right, so listen, boys, if you're looking to smell amazing, you like that fresh, sexy kind of a vibe. So as a bonus, this fragrance also has two fragrances that is pretty much a combination put together, and it's pretty much Versace Perone and a L'Homme Home Sport from the House of Chanel put together for 40 bucks, boys. So make sure you check this beast out, elevate your game, get those compliments rolling, and thank me later in the comments below. So now moving into the next fragrance here, we're gonna go with Mawa, and this is gonna be your imagination from the House of Louis Vuitton DNA. Now, there's two fragrances I have in this list that pretty much gives you that very kind of DNA of imagination, but they're both kind of different in their own separate ways. And I'm gonna explain that later when we get to the fragrance. But this one right here is gonna give you more of that imagination accuracy. If you're looking for just that imagination DNA, that's what this fragrance is going to bring to the table. Now, for me personally, if you guys have a different experience, you guys own this fragrance, the opening to me is not the best. All right, when we get more into the heart and into the base, that's pretty much when you really get that imagination DNA that pretty much hits hard. You're gonna be like, wow, is that me? Yes, it is, boys. You are smelling like imagination and you're killing it tonight. You're killing it every single day because you're smelling amazing, all right? So like I mentioned, the opening to this fragrance is not the best, but the heart to the base is just absolutely imagination DNA, and it smells extremely phenomenal. Performance is top notch, longevity is top notch. You're gonna get noticed, you're gonna get those compliments rolling. And when I put this bad boy on, guys, people can't even tell the difference between this and imagination. Sometimes people come up to me and tell me, yo, you wearing imagination? No, I'm wearing Mawa. All right, boys, so if you're looking for that type of DNA, make sure you check this beast out. So now let's get into the note breakdown. So you guys can know the G fragrance is not plain, that this fragrance pretty much smells like imagination. Now, like I mentioned previously, the top note, we got bergamot and ginger. Me personally, I do not like the opening, doesn't come out smooth, but forget about it. The real magic happens in the heart to the base. All right, so in the heart note, we got some Chinese black tea, geranium, and frankincense. This is really when the fragrance really starts to shine and you really start getting that imagination kind of a vibe. All right, when we get into the base, we get the abroxan, we got the musk, and the gaiac wood. Boys, period. This fragrance is bringing longevity, it's giving you imagination DNA, you're gonna be smelling amazing, you're gonna be smelling phenomenal, and guess what? It is cheap. So for this summer, boys, it's around the corner. You're looking to elevate your game. You want to smell amazing? Check this savage out, because your boy wants you to smell your best. So moving over to the next fragrance here, guys, we have here is Rasasi Hawaii for him Cobra. Now this is pretty much, like I mentioned previously, the imagination DNA, just very similar to Mawa. Now, for me personally, the reason they're both on this list is because they got a little bit of a different DNA, and I do enjoy both, all right? So this is for you guys to decide if you want Mawa or you want Cobra. Now, Cobra to me is still the imagination DNA, but the green tea here is a bit more stronger. It's more potent, it's more in your face. Like when you smell it, like, wow, this fragrance has some green tea and it smells freaking good. All right, guys, this fragrance mostly reminds me of Imagination, but mixed together with Wulong Cha from the house of Nishane. That's the vibe that I get from this fragrance, period, and it is amazing. Like, if I really want to smell like Imagination, I'll go with Mawa. But if I really want that green tea Imagination combination with better performance and longevity to get myself noticed, I'm going with Cobra. Both of these fragrances are phenomenal, so you guys have to decide what are you looking for. All right, both fragrances do have black tea or tea in their fragrance, but this one hits harder with the tea. Like, to me, like I mentioned, this fragrance is pretty much Wulong Cha from the house of Nishane and Imagination put together. If you never tried those two fragrances, guys, you got to put your nose on them because they are both phenomenal. But this fragrance right here is a freaking beast. Let's get into the note breakdown, guys. You guys can know what this fragrance is really about because I want you guys to smell amazing. Now, for the top note, we got mandarin orange, bergamot, and ginger. Already the opening is similar, but not the same because we got that orange that comes off really nicely and absolutely citrus and delicious to me. All right, in the heart, we got the green tea. So Mawa had the black tea. This one has green tea and it hits hard, guys. I am telling you, it hits pretty hard. With the neroli and cinnamon combo, mwah, boys, you got a beast in your possession. When we get into the base, we got the musk, the ambergris, and the woody notes to give the formula some performance, some projection to get you noticed. And this fragrance right here, like I said, it is a beast. So if you're deciding between this one or Mawa, they do have that Imagination DNA, but I'm telling you, boys, the green tea here hits hard. Longevity is strong. Performance is just straight up top freaking notch if you want to elevate your game. If you want the original Imagination, you just want to smell like Imagination from Louis Vuitton, I personally recommend just go with Mawa. But to me, both of those fragrances are phenomenal, but this one right here is a beast. So moving on to the next fragrance here, we have here from the house of Avnon, and this is Terapi Electric. And this fragrance right here, boys, is tough. This is some real juice right here. Now, this is going to be a clone to Ex Nihilo Blue Talisman. Now, for the video's sake, I haven't tried Blue Talisman. You guys can let me know in the comments below if they smell very similar. But to me, this right here is pretty much a nice plum, juicy scent with a fresh, masculine vibe that is extremely addictive, and I'm telling you, boys, it's smooth. All right, when I mean it's smooth, it is absolutely smooth. There's another clone that I do own from the house of Latafa, and that's Art of Universe, that's probably very similar as well to Blue Talisman. But the thing is, to me, both of these fragrances are kind of different, right? Art of the Universe gives me more of a fruity, juicy plum vibe that smells amazing. So if you love more of a fruity, juicy vibe, go with Art of Universe. But if you're looking for fresh, sexier, addictive kind of a vibe, boys, and that is masculine and draws attention and pulls compliment like there is no tomorrow, this right here is a savage, boys. 6+ hours, sign me up. It still smells good for the high heat to help you smell amazing. Now, for the note breakdown to this savage right here that needs to be contained, all right? This fragrance right here has some pear, pink grapefruit, mandarin orange, and bergamot. A lot of these fragrances have that nice citrus opening because the fragrance work. But the pear here is juicy, fresh, and absolutely clean. Going to the heart, we got the apple, cedar, and the orange blossom. Makes the fragrance even better in the heart note. My goodness, boys. Getting to the base, we got the Abroxfen musk, amber, and vanilla. Boys, when I'm telling you banger, boys, certified banger, all right? So we love that plum, juicy, fresh, sexy vibe. Boys, listen to your boy, elevate your game, and check out this savage right here and elevate your sexy game. Moving to the next fragrance on this list, we're gonna go here with Supremacy Collector's Edition from the house of Avnon once again. Now, this fragrance made the video because somebody in my previous video was like, yo, where's Collector's Edition? Listen, boys, I didn't put the fragrance just because of him, but listen, you gotta listen to the guy because this fragrance is a banger. Hands down, straight up banger. What this fragrance pretty much is a Creed Aventus Absolute DNA. Pretty much, hands down, for about 50 bucks, 60 bucks. Boys, sign me up, boys. You want to spend about $525 on Creed Absolute? But by all means, knock yourself out. But listen, you want to smell amazing for cheap? Boys, right here. Pineapple, spicy, sexy, absolutely addictive vibe. Performance, A+, longevity, sexy vibe. Boys, sign me up, man. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You want to buy $500 Creed Aventus? Knock yourself out, man. For the people who want to smell amazing for cheap, stick to the video. Let's get into the note breakdown, guys, so you can know what this fragrance is all about. All right. So in the top note, we got the pineapple. You're gonna smell that instantly. We got the apple, bergamot, and white blossom that's gonna elevate that opening like no tomorrow. When we get to the heart, we got the birch, amber, and orange blossom. All right, this is gonna make the fragrance even better, a little more sexy for you, so you can smell amazing. When we get to the base, we got the ambergris, musk, and oak moss. This is gonna give a fragrance a little bit more earthy, smoky kind of a vibe, and some better performance. So listen, boys, you want that Creed Aventus Absolute DNA for cheap. You want a fragrance that perform with good longevity. You want a fragrance that smells amazing, like that pineapple, juicy, spicy vibe. Boys, I ain't gonna say no more. Check out Supremacy Collector's Edition and just smell amazing. If you guys are looking for some beast, amazing fragrances that is affordable and I'm obsessed with, then boys, check this video right here as your boy provide you with those bangers. See you on the next video.